Okay.
And we are live once again. It's so exciting. I know, showbiz time. And so for those people who may not know us, I think we need to have a bit of an introduction. Dr. Nancy Zare, sales whisperer, and
Hersh Rephun, the message therapist. And while Nancy and I each have our own specializations, sales and messaging, we do view the two of them as a kind of continuum. We link them together. It's a process that begins with your message and then it continues through sales.
yes, and in a moment, I'm going to ask you, Hersh, to talk more about your expertise as the message therapist. Right now, for those of you who are not familiar with what I do, as the sales whisperer, I help you identify your ideal audience by looking at the buyer persona. And I do this by either teaching you the skill or actually showing you how to read people's material on the web, starting with their photograph. And you can not only identify your buyer persona, but you can also know who you're going to talk to on a sales conversation, so you know what to say to build rapport rapidly. And then furthermore, you're able to close the sale because at least 97% of the folks you're going to talk to, they're not a one and done. You're going to have a follow-up. So that's where I come in, sales conversations. And Hersh, tell me more about what you do.
Yeah, well, and it's wonderful to listen to you talk about it because I do see, the natural connection. I think that's what happened when we met one another, because what I focus on is branding and messaging specifically for personal brands. And I believe that all branding is personal. And before you brand yourself, you have to know yourself. And I think this is another part of the continuum. You get to know yourself. You have to know who you are, what you're selling, to whom, with whom you want to work, and with whom you're going to be the best fit. And that's where this continuum moves on to the next phase, from messaging to sales.
Right. And the selling phase, once you know, now you need to sell with truth. And in fact, Hersh has a book coming out. I know I'll spill the beans. It's coming out, in the fall. It's on selling the truth. And yes, we have to sell the truth. And we have to do so with humor, which he has, and with humanity, which is to be genuine. And again, it goes back to knowing yourself. And when you put these pieces together, and you are able to speak the language of your buyers, speak their values, know their personality style, know your selling style, well, guess what? You're going to close and turn more than 50% of prospects into clients. And that's something that Hersh and I are dedicated to making happen for you. It's not just, 10x your business. No, we're actually going to help you identify that right person, say the right message, and turn them into a client.
And I want to say that, one of the things that I have always longed for in the process of what I do is, it's great to see the ROI on your branding and see the ROI on your messaging, but to be able to provide the next phase, the sales phase, and to be able to say, yes, you're going to close 50% of your sales calls, and watch that message bloom into new business and into closed business is incredibly gratifying to me. And we also refer to ROI, Nancy had pointed out, as a return on impact.
Exactly. So, yes, it's about making money, but we know that our ideal prospects, our ideal clients are people who are on a mission. They're on a mission to better the world, to make the place better than when they arrived, to offer their skills, their talents, their gifts in a way that makes a significant difference for humankind. And that is why we are so excited to support you in your mission. And as a result, we collaborated and decided the best way we could do this because messaging and sales are a continuum, is to offer both of us simultaneously. And how are we going to do that?
We're going to do that not by us both talking at the same time. That would not really work. But we are creating a community, the Know and Sell Insiders community, because we've realized people are going to need our help together, individually. They want to share their own experiences. A community is the perfect venue for our double braining, what we kind of call double braining sales and messaging.
Yeah, double braining. So if you are the kind of person who, up to this point, you have tried various marketing strategies, tactics of various sorts. Perhaps you've worked with copywriters. Maybe you worked with someone on branding. Maybe you worked with somebody on videography. I mean, your website. It's all so piecemeal. And perhaps you've also gotten some sales coaching, some training, some input around how to have a sales conversation, the discovery call, etc. Well, all of that's been piecemeal. And that's the reason why we've combined together, because we believe that it is a continuum. It's a flow. And it's actually, in my opinion, it's a loop, because you start with identifying who you want to speak to, the offer you want to make, the right words that will connect with that person authentically and rapidly. Then you do indeed attract them through your messaging, which means you're going to have a sales conversation. You're going to gain feedback. And now you're going to tweak what you say and do, because guess what? You're going to have more prospects than you're going to want to take in as clients. And you're going to start turning away business. Hence, you're going to really have to tighten the message even more so that we can gather exactly the right people you want to work with.
And once you do close business with those ideal prospects, that relationship continues as well. And the messaging doesn't end. A lot of people don't talk about this. The messaging doesn't end when you close business. Yeah. You close business, and that's where the relationship really starts to flourish. And you have to be on point with your messaging, making sure you're staying true to your core values, delivering the things that you promise, and doing it all with a real adherence to your message.
Yes, a real adherence to your values. And so this is the reason why we've collaborated together on Know and Sell Insiders. It's a community, and think about the fact that what's the value of a community? It's being able to be with like-minded people. I posted recently about the fact that community is the fact that we share a common unity. We're unified in our goals and what we want to accomplish. And so everybody in the group is going to be working on their messaging and their sales. And you're going to be with like-minded entrepreneurs. Plus, you're going to get double brains, both Hersh and my brain, to help go over your messaging. We will have a weekly coaching call. And in addition, as a founding member in our community, you also have an opportunity through the month of August to have a one-on-one coaching session with two people. So it's actually one-on-two as opposed to one-on-one. And this will allow you to, again, jumpstart what it is you want to say, how you want to say it, to whom you're going to deliver it, and how you're going to get that message across.
And the reason that's a really great offer in our mind for the month of August is that this one-on-two call, this intake call, 60-minute call, is what we do with clients. It's the very first thing we do. They fill out a form. We do an intake call. We sit down. We assess their needs. We assess their priorities. That way, when you go into the community, you now have an agenda. You have a plan. And every week, you're going to have the opportunity to update us on your progress, check in, get insights. And we've made this really easy as what we call an easy on, easy off subscription model, so that you can join anytime. You can work with us any week that makes sense for you.
And there are two levels to the community. Level one is exactly what Hersh was saying, the weekly calls. We also have a monthly mastermind with ourselves and other business leaders. In addition, there is an exclusive video library for our members. It includes a material that we have discussed in the Know and Sell Pointers, as well as the course, How Buyers Buy, which is exclusive. You will be one of the first to actually get hold of this course and this material. So all of this is available to you at level one. And at level two, this is where you get, and by the way, there's flexibility, as Hersh was saying. You can go up or down and switch between levels every week. You're not tied in, you are not stuck. We are making it as fluid and as comfortable for you as possible, because we recognize that needs change and we don't want to lock you into something that's not right. Level two will include individual consultations with one of us or both, if you so choose, so that, again, you could be really laser targeted, focused on a particular issue, and you get, again, our help in deciphering and getting suggestions and recommendations as to how you can move forward. Two levels, easy on, easy off.
Easy on, easy off. And then all of this obviously is available via a link below, where you can visit the Know and Sell Insiders page. You can see both levels. You can see all the things that we're going to be covering in the calls. It's all there for you. The purpose of this episode of Know and Sell Pointers, this very special introduction of Know and Sell Insiders, is essentially to cut the ribbon, to introduce and inaugurate this amazing community. Nancy has a ribbon on. I don't have a ribbon.
Is it time to cut it?
It is time to cut the ribbon.
It's time. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know. We were thinking of having some sort of,
Be careful, because I'm not there. I'll hold this part.
Will you hold that part, please? Because it's coming close to my neck here.
There we go. Okay, be careful. Yes. We've cut the ribbon.
The ribbon's been cut. So we formally welcome you to the Know and Insiders community. This has been very exciting. So Hersh, to our messaging and sales success, it's Dr. Nancy Zare, Sales Whisperer.
And Hersh Rephun, the message